Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Speedrun Ragnarok 2024, brought to you by the RPG Valkyries. To benefit, take this. I am Code Indigo, and I am here with Janglestorm for Tiny Toon Adventures 2, Montana's Movie Madness on the Super Game Boy?
Super Game Boy 2, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a throwback.
Yeah,
So, Janglestorm, tell us about this run.
Yeah, first of all, hello again. I'm back with my second run here. This is one of the Tiny Toons games. This is Tiny Toon Adventures 2, Montana's Movie Madness. That's a mouthful. But yeah, this is one of the Game Boy releases, and this was a childhood favorite of mine that's, like, years later I picked up as a speedrun because, guess what, I had never actually beat it as a kid. So, you know, it's a little bit of backstory there. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what this game is about. It's a movie-themed game, sort of, and you'll see all about that. First of all, I want to check, because there was a donation incentive for an upgrade to hard mode difficulty, and I believe that got met, if that can be double-checked.
I will double check that. Yes, it does look like we are doing hard mode. Thank you to everybody who donated for that. And I just want to add that there are some other donation incentives coming up real soon. We are still looking to take Marin on that lovely, lovely date. So $25 met out of 100 there. Get those in. We're also looking to randomize the Dark King sprite for Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. And also for some shenanigans on Gartic phones. So please get those donations in. They go to a great cause.
Yeah, absolutely. Be sure to do that. And yeah, just also thanks for everybody who donated for this specifically. I'm looking forward to showing this off. I've mostly, whenever I show this up, it was like any percent. But this is basically any percent, but done on hard mode. So if you beat this game, they'll tell you about a certain input combination that you can do, which gives you access to hard mode. So gonna do that here. You have to press A and start simultaneously, and that will get you into hard mode. So let's just do that. Time is going to be starting as soon as I select the game. So it's going to be 3, 2, 1, go. And there we go. It's going to see. Okay. So yeah, this is Montana's Movie Madness. Basic story here is we have this movie theater that got opened by Montana Max. And there's a couple of movies playing, and then it turns out that all the movies have Buster featured in them as the villain, and obviously we need to fix that. So we're running and dashing and everything, and jumping away through these stages. Actually, I need to go down here. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward platform in that sense, but a fun one, and some nice graphics, and the jumps are very good, so a lot to enjoy here. Starts off with this Western theme here, as you can see, and really some things where I'm gonna try and do things. There we go. Because yeah, well, one of the main differences on this difficulty is that you have 1 HP less compared to normal. So normally you would have 3 HP, and here you have 2. So that does make certain damage boosts and such a little bit tougher to pull off. And you have to just be careful with health management anyway, because obviously it's way easier to die. And yeah, in addition, there's some other things, like the game's made a bit more challenging by different enemy placements. There's a couple more of them as well. So there's a few, sometimes slight tweaks, but they definitely help to make the game a little bit of a different experience. So as I go through here, like in this case, they add some extra bats, for instance, which, you know, always does the trick. Also, thanks for the good luck, everybody. Let's see. So here we have a couple of these enemies throwing crates at us, which is always fun. And there's another one here that's actually added on hard mode, so we have to be extra careful for this one. I actually lost a little bit of health there, so I'm just going to play this a little bit safer. Just going to do a little kick here and then make our way to the boss. So yeah, surprise, surprise, we're going to be fighting Montana Max as boss every single time. So in this case, we got the cowboy here, Cowboy Max, and we're basically trying to not land in the spikes and just stay on those horses. Also be prepared to hear a lot of the can-can. It's pretty much the theme throughout of the boss fight, so you'll be hearing it quite a bit. And especially now that the health of the bosses also is increased, because normally they have the same amount as you do, which is 3 HP, but yeah, now to quote-unquote balance things out, they actually gave them 5 HP over your 2 HP, so that's, you know, especially fair. But yeah, the boss fight itself is pretty straightforward. You just have to avoid, you know, the hat and then jump on Max a couple of times. And there's actually one thing in particular which I would have done if I would have had full health, and I would have taken intentional damage, and that's basically because of this screen. So you do see that countdown, and as you would have guessed, if you have lesser HP, the countdown actually goes faster because you basically save like 1 frame per point, so it's like 50 points, so it's 50 frames, you know, that sort of stuff. Now it's time for the first minigame. There's a couple of those here. Here we basically try not to get trolled by Plucky Duck here, who's trying to block our baseball hits, or basketball hits, but yeah, this is just fine, so no problem whatsoever. Alright, and that's also it for that. There's gonna be a couple more minigames. You see those later. First we have the second movie, which is well, samurai themed, so we have a little bit of a different... all the themes are pretty varied in that sense. So you see that in the level designs as well, which is pretty cool. Got all the, yeah, the characters dressed up, and you got some additional things here. So you got these frogs who actually jump on hard difficulty. So normally they don't do anything. You just have to make sure not to get hit by them, but they actually do jump up when you're playing on this difficulty. So that's a little bit of an extra thing there, which actually does change the routing a little bit here and there. So we got the rooftop here. We got these lanterns. You can actually see which lanterns will drop down. You just have to be careful, and obviously it's this difficulty, so they add a couple more of those that are dropping down, so you have to be specifically a bit careful here. And there's one place over there because, you know, they have more of them, you know, they have to place them somewhere. So this is where you can choose between 2 paths for this room. So I'm actually choosing this one because it's generally a little bit faster, but it also depends on how stuff goes, of course. But yeah, I've always found this to be a little bit faster than the other. But it does end up over here, this water room, I guess, where it's easy to get submerged, which you shouldn't do because it's insta-death. So we're trying not to do that. Instead, we're just trying to avoid everything here. Also means you have to wait a little bit sometimes, but that's fine. Notice that I actually took that damage there intentionally. That is because I'm once again trying to lower my health a little bit for the score countdown. So typically this is a nice room to do that since you know, you have to wait anyway. So we had a couple of mechanics here, the kicks and dashes and whatnot, and this introduces us to what happens if we combine the dash with jumping, because guess what, we can jump higher, and that's really handy in this room specifically, and the next one, which are a little bit more vertical. Gotta watch out here because these platforms are dropping very quickly, like that. And making our way up towards the boss here. Gonna make this jump so quickly before the fan is being thrown, because you don't want that to hit you, of course. Alright, and now it's time for the next boss fight. So now we're fighting Samurai Max, I guess. And this is actually a pretty straightforward fight regardless of difficulty, because you have to pretty much jump as the fan is being thrown. And you do like a full jump, so you manage to get yourself exactly in that gap there, and that should give you no issue with making this a very quick boss fight. So whether it's 3 or 5 hits, it's still a pretty quick one. At the original as a kid, so I've picked it up again recently. Oh, very nearly beat it. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I played this as a kid, and I think I only made it up until this upcoming level. But I never had it myself until recently. But I ended up renting it a couple of times. But yeah, there's a couple of things like this minigame also that gave me so much trouble trying to beat it. Turns out in a speedrun it's actually faster to just lose it here, because you have to measure a little bit in order to win this tug of war. The only downside is you get this cutscene that's playing out. If you win, you can skip this between Sweetie Pie and the bookworm, but yeah, now we have to. I guess that's a trade-off. We just have to wait till that till that's done. Yeah, so now the level that absolutely destroyed me as a kid, Future Flick, with some of the best music in the game too. It's a good showcase for some of the movement tech as well, and especially the dashing. It seems like gradually there's a couple things that get introduced here. So in this case, what I'm doing also is I'm sometimes holding back on my D-pad in order to control the momentum of my dash. I will actually keep dashing, but it does make me able to get through certain sections a little bit more, a little bit quick, get through it a little bit quicker. So, and also here with these enemies that are flying up, you can actually jump over them and then kind of hold back and then still land on the platform, that sort of stuff. Kind of tweak it that way. And now for an auto-scroller, because I know you all love auto-scrollers very much, and well, this is the level that has some auto-scrolling in it at least. Yeah, basically I have to make sure not to fall in the gaps, and there's a couple of walls that we can break through. Especially later on, it will turn out to have some difficult stretches, and I think that's as far as I made it as a kid. So. It's nice to get back to the speedrun, get into speedrunning this and then see the rest of this. Okay, I'm gonna focus on this for a little bit, so if you have any donations or any other info, now's a good time for them.
All right, thank you. We're looking for some more donations for some of these incentives. And I want to remind everybody that if you definitely want to help us out, Take This's vision is for game communities to welcome and support people experiencing mental health challenges, as well as to recognize the humanity and mental health of game creators. So, please hit !donate, and let's try to hit 4,000 here for the Tiny Toons.
All right, yeah, let's go for it. Again there. So yeah, that was the auto-scroller section. It's always a bit clutch, especially when you're on pace, I guess. And now we're in this very different room full of electricity. It is a future after all. And in the last few screens before we get to the boss, it's another good showcase also of the momentum control thingy that I was mentioning. Because I will be using it here quite a few times. There's some televisions that we have to kick here because, as it turns out, on this difficulty they have some extra attacks, which can be somewhat dangerous. They send off these sparks, so we try to avoid that. And then we have crushers, which is always fun. And we're once again kind of holding back here to make sure that we can make it through here a little bit quicker. Just like that. Otherwise, you wind up bumping into the side of it, and that is not so bad. You don't take damage from it, but of course it's nice. There's a nice flow to it if you can manage that somehow. All right, and now it's time for another boss fight. So we have Max's this robot here that's sending around its body parts to hopefully hit me, but of course I'm gonna jump over it. So this is one of the longer boss fights, and yeah, well, again, if I would have had full health, I would have taken damage at some point, but now I don't have to, so I'm just gonna have to make sure to avoid all the flying body parts here. And also gotta make sure to land on Max's head properly, because there's also this thing with hitboxes that If you land too far to the back of the hitbox, it still tends to not register, so I have to be careful with that.
I'm a little surprised, actually, that for a Konami game that goes for a futuristic theme, there's been absolutely no references to Gradius or anything like that.
I'm actually, yeah, honestly, now that you mention it, I'm surprised too. Yeah, it's also like, the Konami tends to make like these inside references, I guess, and that would have been a very good fit, honestly. So I'm surprised
Even
in
in
that
the
front too.
auto-scroller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the auto scroll, you could have included that at least, but yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, it's already sort of. There's some difficulty to it, as it is, of course. It would have been fun to see, though. I agree. All right, well, that's it for the future flick. Now it's time for some little bit of a workout. How about some football? Well, basically, in this case, it's meaning as much as hold the ball up in the air, lead it towards the goal. And I'm going to try not to miss any of them, so we'll have some seconds left on the timer. Oh, oops, I missed that one. Okay, at least we can afford that, but make sure to not miss too many. Otherwise, we're going to have another one of the cutscenes. And you see the balls drop in varying ways, so at some point there's this little twist where I have to hit the one in the back first, and then the one in the front. So they do vary a little bit. Okay, I missed a couple, but still fine. So we're still skipping this cutscene right here. On to movie number 4, which is... well, I guess it's the time of this year, right? It's time for the monster movie. I guess it's on brand, kind of.
It is spooky season, yes.
It is spooky season. It's nighttime. So yeah, we have well, we have a lot of bats basically. Lots of groups of bats that we have to avoid. So gonna do that. We could also kick them, but also jump over them. This screen can be done quickly if I manage to do the right jump. So I'm gonna see if I can manage that. It can be done quite precisely. So see, jump here, and then make a bigger jump. Land on this bat, start from here again, and then do this. Perfect. So that's basically what you want to do there. There's quite a few obstacles, but it's actually, this is one of the rooms that's pretty similar in both difficulties, so. In this room, so you're wondering what is up with these pictures. So you have to see which one is, well, talking. So in this case, I actually got the best RNG there since you saw the first one talking there. Can be 1 through 4, and otherwise you have to walk a little bit further, but that was actually really ideal in that sense. Now I have some bats to jump over. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid those carrots as much as possible because it's also adding to the score. But there's still a couple that you wind up getting anyway. Right, now we're gonna escape some flooding here, so we're gonna go up here, and then let's see if I remember how to do this. You can make some pretty high jumps here, so you can take advantage of your abilities here and then get up especially quickly. I've been working on some routes to get through it especially quickly, but that was pretty quick still. Let's see. So, go up here, jump, jump, jump. And I have to make sure that I know where I'm going because wherever I'm going, there still has to be a platform there, right? That seems like it would be a good idea. Okay, a similar room to what we had before, but with a bit of a twist because now we have to see... Oh, this is... Wow, holy crap. Marathon RNG is real. So... You have to look at how many times the mouth gets open for each character, and if the number that's not mentioned as such, that's the door that you have to enter. So in this case, they skip the 1, which is, well, ideal RNG basically, so I'll take that. Also, you can kick candles, apparently. It's pretty handy to know you can just hug that side of the platform, just land on that candle and kick it. Otherwise, you get this extra animation where you get burned, but we skipped that. Okay, so now we have Max's Frankenstein, I guess. It's a pretty straightforward boss fight somehow. We just have to time it so that we land, keep landing on the head like that, and it's not one of those things, regardless of health, that's it's a fight that can be done pretty quickly. Alright, that's the last of the regular stages, and now it's time for one more thing. What's that one more thing? Well, we're going into the studio backlot, it seems. So it's a little bit of a... I always liken it to it being a clip show of sorts, except it's with outtakes. It's like the levels that you know, but it's stuff of the levels that you've not seen before, so a little bit of a twist. So you get a bit of a revisit of each stage, and yeah, it's pretty quick, so it's just one screen, then you move on. But here we have some more of these frogs that can jump up, so I actually kick them just to make sure that I can stand on them. Future Flick, where we have some more of these flying enemies that, or jetpack enemies, whatever you want to call them, that we gonna either kick or jump on top of. You also see these, use some of them with the camera and everything, just to make it, just to complete the picture.
Also, again, surprising they didn't go for the Castlevania reference here.
Also that, yeah. I mean, yeah, it would have been a very good idea. Or at least something like Kid Dracula or something would have been nice too.
Yeah, Kid Dracula would have worked.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's leading into this last boss fight with Max, the movie director. It's got his own name on it too. You just have to avoid these movie cans, and also gotta make sure not to get hit too often. Usually what works is I wait a little bit with timing that switch hit there, so I can actually land on there, because Max tends to have like an iframe in the beginning. Okay, get ready on time, that's gonna be on the final hit, so that's gonna be... right now, time. So, there was still a slight delay, but we got it, so...
Very good.
Yeah.
We got 20 minutes, 12 seconds, 12 or 13 seconds.
Oh, wow, that's actually really close to my PB. Because I think my PB
Very
for this
good.
was 20 minutes, 10 seconds, so it was super close. Yeah, this went really well. This was deathless, as far as I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see any deaths.
No, that went really well. Yeah, I can't believe it. Thanks for the GGs, everybody. So yeah, this is where we have Max here, all upset about all the dreams that have gone down the drain. You do actually see this scene on normal mode, but the difference is if you beat it on that difficulty, you get a message saying, okay, now play it on the harder difficulty. And so now we've done that, and we are a super player, hooray. And also, just to acknowledge our achievements, we actually get actual end credits. So, there you go. You got to see the full Tiny Toon Adventures experience right here. All of the Multi's Movie Madness and literally all of the stuff. So, yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. This is a game that I grew up with as a kid, so I've always enjoyed it, even though I never actually ended up beating it. But yeah, it's just it's a fun casual game as well. And I've enjoyed doing the speedrun too. So yeah, if you want to do some Game Boy speedrunning and you're like, hey, I want to find a game, I can recommend this one. Totally not biased.
It's definitely bringing back the 90s vibes for me, too. I'm so happy that we were able to showcase this.
Yeah.
So, everybody, thank you so much to Janglestorm for playing. Make sure you follow him on Twitch.
Thank you.
And a little depressing that we've got a game over screen, but then
Yeah.
again, it is Konami. That is tradition for them.
Yeah, you still get the game over screen regardless. I mean, we still did the thing. You saw the thing. We did the thing.
Okay, so everybody, thank you again for sticking around. Please continue to do so. We have The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past randomizer run by Lana Beam coming up real soon, and we will be right back with that. But do make sure to get your donations in for incentives for the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest and Link's Awakening. Uh, Link's Awakening will be right after that Link to the Past randomizer, so get those donations in. In the meantime, we will see you guys very shortly. Stick around.